All right. There is a cool rumor floating around the internets right now. I got the article pulled up on Polygon, so I'm reading it as we go. Game Pass. Xbox could be bringing Game Pass to the Nintendo Switch. Huge deal. Game Pass. Okay, let's start it with this. Okay, Game Pass, if you don't know, is much like Netflix for games, right? You pay a subscription, you can stream a game. It's genius in my mind. And Phil Spencer has been working on it for a very long time. But this is mind-blowing that they would put Game Pass on the Nintendo Switch. That's like McDonald's going up. It's like McDonald's rolling up to Burger King and they're like, look, King, we're going to let you sell the Big Mac here. Like a competitor going to another competitor to sell their products. You know, it's kind of mind-blowing. But in a sense, it makes sense to me. So right now, they plan on releasing Game Pass this year for the PC. So that means that whatever you get on the PC or on your Xbox will automatically go to your PC or vice versa. Brilliant, right? So the rumor is that this will work on other platforms like the Nintendo Switch. So we could get games like Ori and The Blind Forest to the Nintendo eShop. That's a possibility. So I've been thinking about this for a while. Why would they do this? You don't want another console playing your games, right? But if you think about it, I think Xbox is really thinking outside of the box in terms of video games. PC gaming is becoming more and more relevant. People are preferring the PC over consoles nowadays. It used to be backwards. Growing up, everyone played consoles and the weirdos would play on the PC. But now, PC gaming makes a lot of sense. Every 5 years, they got to drop another $500, $600, $700 on a new video game console. That's a lot of money. And, you know, that money is not easy to come by. Whereas PC, you know, you buy one PC for the same price and you can continue to upgrade. You can continue to upgrade the components and the hardware, and you know, then you're only spending $50, $60, $70, $100 a year upgrading your PC to play these games, and that's a lot more cost effective in the long run. And you can play the games at higher resolutions, better frame rates, better graphics. So I think Xbox is kind of looking at a bigger picture. They're looking at what the gaming industry is supposed to be here in the near future. And I think Game Pass might be that. I think it might be a subscription model. You don't buy a physical copy. I think you stream the game. And at that point, you know, if they're going to put it on the PC as well, then what's the point of having a console? You know, maybe Microsoft realizes that consoles won't be a thing here in the future. And there's a couple of things that consoles do differently than the PC. But, I mean, essentially, we don't care what platform we're playing on it. We just want to play the game at the most cost-effective method. With the most cost-effective method, right? So think about this, right? And I remember PlayStation was really stingy with their cross-platform multiplayer games, right? You get Fortnite, who, thank goodness, broke that barrier with PlayStation. But their whole thing was, well, if people can cross-play, then why would they buy a PlayStation when they could just buy an Xbox or a Switch? That could be said for Nintendo or Xbox. Why would people buy an Xbox? Why would people buy a Switch if you can play other games on them? But this is the thing, right? Gaming is much like a Google Doc now, I think, in my mind. In the bigger picture, it's much like a Google Doc. I can access my Google Drive anywhere on any computer if I sign in. And I don't have to have Microsoft Word tied to my laptop or my PC. I can take it anywhere. That's huge. And I think gaming is going in that direction, or at least I think Xbox foresees it in that direction. So in their mind, they're thinking, well, wouldn't we rather have people play our game on other consoles, because essentially that's what we want in the end. People buy the hardware to buy the software or to play with the software so we can make in-game transactions and make more money. So I think they have done some studies, maybe. In my mind, I'm thinking people will play a game like Fortnite on the Xbox, but when they're traveling or they're on the go or they're on vacation, they take their Switch because they don't have their Xbox. But allow them to keep playing that game on the go, because at the end of the day, it comes down to what game I'm playing, not what console I'm playing it on, in my mind. And I think that might be Xbox's big vision for the future, is have a subscription pass and play it anywhere. But I mean, Microsoft also has PCs, so are they going to really lose out on anything if people just start playing games on PC? Not really, in my mind. You can just sell the Xbox controller and then pair it with your PC, and then what's the difference? Anyways, I think that this is very interesting. And I think it's interesting because we can take a look into what the future of gaming might look like. Unless consoles start coming out with a more modular console, much like the way a PC works, where, instead of coming out with a PlayStation 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe I just buy a PlayStation and, hey, look at this, they're rolling out more RAM that I can easily insert myself, or a larger hard drive, or a better graphics card, or a better processor, and really make it a component-driven home console system. That I don't know. I think that could be a future, but I'm seeing that software might be a little bit more accessible across these platforms. Nintendo is kind of an interesting company. They do everything they can to make the gameplay as engaging and unique as possible. And that's why we get a lot of like motion controls and playing a home console on the go. They're really out there trying to make gaming a different, and in their mind a better experience for people. A lot of people like and dislike what Nintendo is doing with like motion controls, and can you get that on a PC? Probably not, and I don't think Nintendo wants to be limited to that. I think that they want to build a fun experience, not with just the software, but how you can interact with the hardware as well. So Nintendo might be interesting in terms of the future of gaming. But they've really changed a lot of their business models and business practices in the last 2 years. Since the release of the Switch, we're seeing that they're a lot more open to the idea of cross-platform. I mean, they are. There's multiple games that support cross-platform. And, we're seeing a new Nintendo. So maybe it's going to be a little bit different. Maybe it's going to be a little exciting here in the future. We might get an Xbox, I don't know, the next generation of Xbox, next gen Switch, and next gen PlayStation, and then after that, I don't know. But Game Pass is a really smart idea. Much like Netflix and Hulu, you might just buy a subscription to PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo and play their games on the PC. And they provide accessories like their version of controls that you can pair with your PC. Interesting topic, everybody. Well, I'm excited to see the story unfold. I definitely am, because there is a lot of crazy things going on here, and just this conversation with you guys really opens up my mind as to what could potentially happen to the future of gaming. That was a mouthful. I got a headache. I need some water.